Welcome to the third episode of Rustie Sheep. If you're a new viewer, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the two previous episodes. I'm going to be honest, I'm still a bit nervous. I've been thinking about it whole week, like the whole week, what I'm going to talk about. I think I will just see, if I worry in my head, what if I produce enough content, if you like it, I'm getting anxious, I'm getting nervous. So I just decided to go with the flow and see where it takes us. First, I would like to talk about what I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing the boxy sweater. I'm gonna stand up for you guys a bit. Look, the boxy sweater. It's by Locatelli. Sorry. I think it's a difficult name to pronounce. So Yogi Locatelli. I knitted it in fiber spades, the fingering weights yarn, and the colorway Spice Plum. When I was before I started recording, I looked it up and I made it last year in April. And I've been wearing it a lot, of course, but it has been pilling. You cannot see it. I tried it. It's not visible on the camera, but there's some like spots where you can see it quite well while I'm wearing it. So it's merino based yarn. I think it's normal for a yarn that way with that base that it starts spilling after a while, but I love it. It's just so airy, comfortable. You don't need to pay attention to your like how you look. It's called boxy and it is. Look, it's just amazing. This is my go-to sweater when the weather is good outside, but not good enough to wear just a t-shirt or a top. I just take this with. It's fingering weight, so it doesn't weigh lots, and just easy put in my bag. And when it starts getting cold, I just throw that on. So it took me a long time. I saw apparently it took me more than 2 months to make this. Um, I started it in April 2019 and I finished it like beginning of June. So I think about 6-7 weeks it took me to make this a pullover, to make this sweater. It's worth it. It's a lot of stockinette stitch. And then you just pick up here for the neckline. So yeah, it was hard on the hands. And I think I just left it as well for a couple of weeks because I didn't feel like it. Yeah, but I'm so happy I finished it. And there's like maybe in the far distance another one, not sure yet, but it's just a comfortable sweater to wear, and yeah, it's my go-to sweater. I have a finished object as well this week. It's not that difficult. I will get back to it later because I have a pile here with stuff, and then I had to, if I want to talk about the finished object, I need to, it's underneath, it's low at the bottom. So maybe I'll just work from the top down and then just see where we get. So I should have thought of that before I started this podcast, but this is still a learning process for me. So guys, your feedback is always welcome. I've been receiving nice messages from people, even Juliana Lustenader, sorry. She commented on the video as well, or on Instagram. I need to check. I think she commented on Instagram. So it was nice. She's the designer of the Trig sweater, and it was really nice that the designer herself commented on it. So I felt really humble and really nice to have that. So I'm still working on my own Trig sweater. I'm making it, you know, I showed you guys last week, I just did the first eyelet round and I haven't touched it the whole week except for last night. I started doing it again. So this is I'm still on the first skein, but it grew so much. Look, this is the eyelet pattern. I don't know if you can see it. I need to focus a bit, get a bit closer. So I finished all the eyelets and now I'm just doing, I think, one or two increased rows before I go. I think for the sleeves, I need to separate the sleeves and the body. So it goes quite well. It grows. It's just so satisfying. Like only like this is a raglan, and I just picked it up last night again, and it's just so quick knits, and I love it. And I'm going to announce there will be a third one. I have done I've made some sweaters twice. I think about the Marius sweater I made 2 times. The I think there's another one I made. I have to check my Ravelry. But I'm not scared, or I don't. For me, it's okay to make a sweater 2 times, but I've never made one 3 times. And my other friend Caroline, she was asking if I wanted to make her a sweater as well, and she likes a Trig. It's a really beautiful one. It's and the reason I said yes is because it's such a quick knit. The previous one I did in 11 days. Now this one takes a bit longer because I'm not really paying attention to it. I'm not really knitting a lot on it. But it's just amazing how fast this goes. Um, so yeah, this is the yarn I'm using is Tinde from Hillesvag, and I forgot to mention last week which color base or what kind of color I'm using. It's the color Rudgull. Um, Sorry for my Norwegian. I know I mispronounce it, but I'm from Belgium, not from Norway. This is the skein. Yeah, it's Rudgull. It's yeah, it's a really soft fabric. It will soften up more. So yeah, the Trig sweater. I'm surprised. I'm really happy about this. It's such an amazing pattern. If you want something challenging and challenging a bit, it's yeah, the eyelet pattern is nice. Before you know, you've just done the whole pattern. Then I have a half finished object and a finished object. So I'm just getting my notes. I'm gonna start with the finished object. I made a baby sweater. Look, it's so cute. It is so cute. I chose the 6 month size. I have no clue how big a baby is at 6 months, but I think maybe it's a bit more for when it's a bit bigger. Um, the yarn I used is yarn I dyed myself. I was experimenting with yarn dyeing, and this is what happens. It's so nice. It was such a quick knit as well. Um, and last week I talked about that I did my cast on too loose and I wasn't sure what I was going to do about it. But last night while I was finishing it, I just crocheted around it and it solved the problem was solved. So, and then by blocking it, it just disappeared, the loose cast on. So it's actually the first time I tried something like that. So yeah, I'm really happy about it. Look how cute this is. Of course, I won't be able to give you pictures because the baby is only 2 weeks old, no, 1 week old. So yeah, I think I have to wait a while to see the baby in it. But yeah, I did look up it's a merino base yarn, so it will be very soft for the baby. I can't remember where I bought the undyed yarn. Um, I think I bought it in Arendonk at Annel. Annel is a factory, a Belgium yarn producer, but I'll talk about Annel in a later stage. Or maybe when Corona is over, I can visit the factory again. It's always open on Saturday, and I can visit it. And then there's just rows and rows of yarn, boxes full of yarn. This is heaven for me. But yeah, maybe I can go visit there and buy some yarn and, of course, spend a lot of money and film it for you guys so you can see it. So yeah, um, I'm not sure if I told, this is the Flax Lights pattern from Tin Can Knits. I talked about it last week. It's such, you know, it's really nice. You just purl 14 stitches. It's a free pattern. I'm giving you a few details. It's a free pattern anyway, and it just makes the sleeve really nice. It's yeah, I love it. There will be some more baby sweaters in the future. I have a few friends who are pregnant or having a baby soon. Um, I have two colleagues. One already gave birth. The name is Lena, and the other one is, I think, in a couple of weeks, maybe 4 weeks due. And then I have another friend who lives in France. I saw actually a picture of her with meeting skiing deer. I added her in that picture last week. And she is due at the end of May. And then I have another friend. She just announced that she's pregnant and she's for October, the 24th of October, 25th, something like that. So yeah, a lot of baby knitting in the future. So yeah, it's just a nice gift. I think it's a quick knit. It's really beautiful. It's something personal as well. Yeah, and I like to give it as a present. So look at that. That was my finished object. Then I was going on about last week um, that I almost finished my sock. I did by now. I did it. So this is the first sock. It's from Dragon Hill Studios. The bright color wheel. It's just amazing. I love it. Look. Yeah, the sparkles are coming up. It's nice. This is the first sock. And I think I need to I've done this as well. Oh, it's a bit tangled. Look, I think I need to measure it. Maybe a few more centimeters before I can start the heel. Just let me check. Yeah, maybe 3 centimeters, an inch, something like that, before I can, maybe an inch and a half before I can start the heel. This is a quick knit. This is like my go. When I go somewhere, I just take it with me. Um, Yeah, when I go for a walk, even, I'm the person who walks and knits at the same time. I had to go to the post office this week to collect my needles, and I'm talking about this in a later stage. Um, to collect my needles, and I just knit on the way there, and people look strange. And yeah, it's like, there's a lot of people texting while they walk as well. I just knit while I walk. Um, I think the first episode I talked about the Chaigu needles. I ordered them, and this is a fixed base. Not sure if I can show it on camera. Like, see, it is flexible, but not that. You can still see it's a bit sturdy. While using this needle, I was like, there was something wrong with it. It's just my feeling. I'm not saying there's something wrong with the needle. It's just it didn't feel like it. It's thicker. The thread is thicker than I'm used to. It's actually the first time I bought a fixed needle from Chaigu, and I wasn't really happy with it. So I decided to order my the pair broke. I'm just dropping everything now. The pair broke. It's just, yeah, I decided to reorder it. If you can see, maybe I should try to hold them together, like the thickness. You see, this and this, you can see the difference of the cable. This is more plasticky, this is more stringy, and it's just so easy. Also, the tips are different. This is just, for me, the perfect sock needle. I did chose a bit too long, the thread. Um, I didn't really measure the length of the cable I wanted. I just picked, I think, the biggest one that was available. I was like, yeah, I couldn't be bothered. But now, yeah, I should have chosen a smaller um, wire, but it's okay. So yeah, that's my sock. Um, I really love this. It's a nice knit. And you keep doing colors. It's typical with striped yarn is that you want to do the next color and the next color, and before you know, you're knitting an extra an hour. And yesterday, I just knitted, I think, about 5 centimeters or about 2 inches on this sock without me even realizing it. So yeah. Um, So I'm only doing 2 projects for the moment, but there will be 3 soon. I've maybe thinking because I like to do, as I said before, to have 3 projects: an easy, quick knit, maybe like a jumper or a vanilla sock. But most of the time, I do a jumper, a sock project, and then a color work project. And I haven't been working on any color work projects at the moment. Um, and I do miss it. So maybe I should have a look. There's some mittens. I think they're called Emma mittens. Some mittens for myself. I would like to knit and see. I know it's not this season. The summer is coming, but yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not a knitter who only knits um, sweaters in the winter. I just knit everything any season. I'm the person who sits in the summer outside, laying in the sun with the heavy yarn on her lap. Um, yeah, with a thick yarn. I'm doing like DK weight sweater in the summer. I'm just a knitter. I don't care about that. So yeah, mittens maybe in the future. I'll see how it goes. I'm going to be honest with you. It The podcast does give me a little bit of pressure, and I mean with that is that I still want to deliver nice content for you guys and have like finishing objects that I'm not talking about the same thing every week going on about it. So maybe I need to find a balance for myself in this podcast because like I remember last night, it's like I wanted to have a finished object for today, so I have content to talk about. And it's a baby sweater, it's a quick knit, but I kind of pressured myself and like, okay, knit this now. Instead of I just wanted to knit the sock, but I knew I couldn't finish it by today. I'm sorry. So I decided to finish up the baby cardigan. And also, like last night, still had to wash it, blocked it. It was in the sun the whole morning, so I was happy. It was dry like in a few hours. It's not big because it's baby sweater, but it does give me a certain kind of pressure. And maybe I need to think about this if I should this podcast like every week or bi-weekly. So yeah, let me think about it this week. And if there isn't an episode next week, it means that I will do it every 2 weeks. It's just the reason why is because I want to deliver content for you guys and keep you interested in. And if I'm busy doing other things, and then I feel obligated to really start knitting. And yeah, I'm a new podcaster, so I don't have a lot of events at the moment or yarn to talk about, or I'm still in the process of this. I hope I'm not bothering you guys with this information or with this chat. But I'm an open and honest person, and this is a concern that I have, and I don't want to put the pressure on myself as well because then you lose it. Then it's not nice anymore or fun anymore. It's like an obligation, and it's just me. That's who I am as a person. I'm a person who is really hard on myself. In everything that I do, I'm 100% in. I'm motivated. I want to give as much as I can for myself. And that's also my downfall. I need to pay attention, take my rest, and also make sure that I'm being true to myself in the sense that like, if I feel that I'm getting worked up about it, that I just take it slow. And yeah, that's something I want to share with you guys as well. It's not going to be a long episode, I think, today. I have one more thing I want to show you guys. I have acquisitions. It's actually, it's a, it's not my money. I've spent money, but it's not my money. So, I was mentioning there's going to be a third Trig sweater. It's yeah, for me difficult to pronounce it. Like I've been having problems with it, but it's as I said, my friend Caroline would like one as well. And yeah, I just got it. I ordered it online through a web shop. It's Haggis and Tweed it's called. It's a online web shop. Of course, it's an online web shop because it's a web shop. Sorry. It's a web shop, but she's based in Ghent, so it's actually easy for me to go and collect the yarn. You can choose by there are two options: sending it by mail, but it's like €6 or about $7 or something. Um, yeah, or go like have a 15-minute walk and collect the yarn. I just texted her saying that I'm on my way. I'll be there in 10 minutes, and she just put the bag on the windowsill. So by the time I arrived, the window was closed, the bag was in front of there. I just knocked on the window, had a wave, and then I went off. So I didn't touch her, I didn't see her, but it was really nice. So she's actually her web shop updating a bit, or she's moving, so there's not a lot on there at the moment. But I was lucky because she's doing that, is that there was a discount on the yarn. I bought Baa Ram Ewe again, like the purple one I made. It's the previous one. Look, I know it looks a lot like it's just the light here. It's a parkin. I got four skeins. It's a rusty color. Actually, it would fit my name. Rustie Sheep. I should have that. Look. Oh, I love to smell yarn. I'm a yarn smeller, especially when the yarn is wet. It's like the sheep. I love that sheep smell. It's like some people like the smell of leather or new shoes or new car smell. I love yarn smell. I love new yarn smell. I think, yes, that's going to be the title of this episode. I love new yarn smell. So, yeah, that's something as well, like finding a title for the episode. Um, yeah, actually, now it came really naturally because I haven't been thinking about it. But last week I was like, what is the title? What should I name it? It's like, should be interesting that people are interested in it. But now that's so typical with life as well. The moment you let go, poof, there it is. Um, yeah, when I'm stressed, when I have a lot of work to do, I need to calm myself down and say, like, okay, Inez, just do one task at a time and just do it. And instead of worrying in my head and being like all drama and hype, like, oh, I need to do this and all wired up, I just need to slow down, write everything up, write everything down, and just go task by task. So, yeah, working from home and then being at home the whole time, it gets a bit boring. I'm happy that I have a hobby where I can spend my time with. I can, it goes quick. It's time passes by because I have a hobby I can do any moment. Like people who are swimmers, for example, they can't go swim for the moment unless you have your own swimming pool. But yeah, if you're a swimmer, you cannot go out for the moment. You cannot do your hobby. Um, yeah, or you follow a painting course or something like that. Yeah, so I'm happy. Actually, on my way back, I went to the store and I saw the girlfriend of a colleague. He just lives around the corner, and we kept our distance. And she was like, "I am. I'm making bread, but I can't find the flour. Apparently, a lot of people are baking at the moment." And her hobby is baking, and I wish I could. I love to bake as well, but the place that I live in right now, I don't have an oven. I only have the combination, like the microwave with the oven, but I bought one last year, a new one, and it's not a good oven. So yeah, I cannot make any cakes at the moment. So yeah, but maybe in the future I have an announcement I can make. So I'm thinking of moving, and it's a difficult thing to do in Corona times, but I want to move and I have a place I like. So, and actually, it's via a friend, and she will rent out the place. And yeah, talk about it later in a later stage. Don't want to jinx it, but I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah, first gains. It's the rusty color. I think it's more yellowish mustardy on the camera. It's also due to the lights. But yeah, you will see knitted up. It's for my friend Caroline. And actually, Helen added an extra note. Haggis and Tweed. It says, "Thank you, Inez, for your order. Enjoyed the wool and keep healthy and safe. Helen." Helen, she's from Scotland and she lives in Ghent, and it's always nice to speak English with her. I miss speaking English. Due to, yeah, my mom, she was from England and we spoke English at home, so for us it's normal to speak English. But yeah, when you're working in a Flemish environment, I sometimes miss speaking English. In my previous job, when I was working in tourism, I spoke English every day. So I'm also, one of the reasons I'm doing this podcast in English is because sometimes I'm just losing words because I don't speak it well, I don't speak it enough. So after a while, you lose your vocabulary, and yeah, so that's one of the things. Shorter episode this week. So I talked about my finished object. I have a sock done, yarn. Okay, yeah, and 2 weeks ago I thought I was done. I'm not, sorry. 2 weeks ago I was on the waiting list for the Book of Lane magazine, the 52 weeks of socks. I received a mail, finally received a mail that I have a book. There's a book for me. I'm going to be so happy when the book arrives. So the big chances that I will do an episode next week, because then I will have the book and then I just go ranting about the book and how much I love it. And I love it already, and I haven't seen the book. I haven't touched the book, but yeah, I've seen some pictures online of the book and already fell madly in love with it. So yeah, it's she sent me an email saying that she has a copy for me, and then just to transfer the money. So I did straight away, and hopefully by next week I will have the book. So she's going to ship it to me. So yeah, let's hope the post office or the post works, because they have been having delays. So I think in every country at the moment. I think we should be grateful that we still have that. We still can like order stuff online, things online, and yeah, just be connected with the world, and yeah, I like it. So yarn. Oh, it's not even for me, it's for my friend. I actually sent her a message. Like, I tried to video chat her, but she didn't reply. So I sent her a video. I was like, "This is going to be your new sweater." I was like really excited. And she doesn't have the love of yarn like I do. For Caroline, the other friend, Bob's, we talk about yarn. This morning we had a 2-hour chat. We talked about yarn, and she was even looking online for yarn. I was like, "Yes, I'm spreading the yarn disease instead of corona. It's better to have a yarn disease than corona disease." So yeah, it's beautiful. So yeah, I think I'm gonna round up, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Yeah, and don't forget to watch at the end, because I'll be putting it's only a few seconds, but my friend made a video with her wearing the sweater, and it's really nice. So yeah, so you can see her, and yeah, I hope you liked the episode, and thumbs up if you liked it. And if you have any comments, just send me a private message. Feedback is always welcome. Even, for example, if you want some subjects you want me to talk about, or something other yarn related, or my favorite podcast, or whatever you want, just let me know, okay? I love your feedback, and I wish you a happy weekend. And actually, I should say I hope you enjoyed your weekend. So yeah, thank you guys. Bye bye.
Hi Inez! Wow, the jumper is so beautiful. I love it very, very much. Thank you.